At Phuket Island, we kind of work around people with addiction as well as mental health issues. And our program incorporates both mindfulness and like physical activities, as well as like one-to-one therapy and like group sessions. We do go to like Muay Thai quite often. We go to Muay Thai like 3 times a week. And the Muay Thai camp is pretty close to where we are. I think we value both physical health here as well as mental health because both are equally important. The importance of holistic treatment is like incorporating both physical health and mental health because both are very important. And just to have like a balance with both. So for physical health, like it helps with like our body, like our strength, as well as like our mental health. And then it's like a community, like you get to meet new people. Like it's a nice environment to recover in. The reason why I decided to work at Phuket Island Rehab is because it started off when I was younger. My dad was diagnosed with lung cancer and I saw his mental health like deteriorate and I felt quite hopeless and I didn't know what I could have done to like help ease like his pain that he was going through. And because I grew up in Thailand, mental health wasn't really talked about. So I just made it my journey to like be more educated on like getting more information like depression, anxiety, and just like mental health in general. And mental health has like an intricate relationship with addiction anyways. So like here at Phuket Island Rehab, we also look at the surface level of like addiction as well as like focusing on the root causes, which could be like mental health issues or like trauma that they've experienced in the past. A typical day at Phuket Island Rehab is very like packed, but like in a good way. It starts off with either like a yoga session on site or like a beach walk. And then we go into like breakfast and like check in and just seeing how everyone's doing, any concerns they have. And then it comes to our first group session, which is either DBT, which is dialectical behavioral therapy, or CBT, or like just mindfulness in general, like mindfulness-based sobriety, which is what our curriculum is based off of. And then that's where you like everyone shares their stories, their personal experiences with their recovery journey. And then it goes into lunch, and then we're back into another group session where you can learn more skills, such as like distress tolerance skills, which helps when you're having like the urge or like craving to use or do anything impulsively. And then we have a little like physical exercise, either focus move, yoga again, or just aqua pilates. And then in the afternoon, it's one-to-one therapy or like coaching sessions that we have at Phuket Island Rehab. And it's just like for their like personal reflection time. And then it goes into dinner and just more relaxation and more mindfulness practices. At Phuket Island Rehab, we value the client's journey, not just in the rehab like program, but as well as after. And it's just nice to like check in and see how they're doing and coping in their home environment, because we acknowledge that being in a rehab facility is quite different from their home environment. So we have like a catch up, like 1 week after you leave the program, then 1 month, and then 3 months, just to see how like us as like Phuket Island Rehab could support you and what's coming up in your environment that we didn't plan for while we're here. So I think aftercare is very important. So the group sessions or like individual therapy sessions or coaching sessions, we have many different modalities, like therapeutic modalities. We incorporate EMDR, which is eye movement desensitization and reprocessing, which helps to find the root cause of like trauma and like help with coping with like trauma that they've experienced in the past. We also do CBT, which stands for cognitive behavioral therapy, and that's just focusing on the thoughts aspect, because everyone has thoughts, and it's just how we can't control our thoughts, but we can control how we respond to our thoughts, like either our emotions or our behaviors. We also do a lot of practice on mindfulness, because we value you need to stop and notice what you're feeling, because addiction is very habitual and it is acting on your impulses and your cravings. So by incorporating mindfulness, like a mindfulness practice, you get to stop and observe and notice how you're feeling, and then see what could be the right response to the situation, that's in line with your values and goals. And we also focus on DBT, which is very similar to CBT, and it's dialectical behavioral therapy, which focuses more on emotions and our distress tolerance skills. It's pretty much learning new skills to cope with your urges and cravings, and also how to set boundaries and how to communicate effectively with your parents, your partner, your children, your family. So yeah, being at Phuket Island Rehab, you get to learn a lot of skills that will help you in your recovery journey.